everyone. Old friends, new friends, Tashi Day. This weekend is our second weekend Rinpoche is teaching here. So we are very, very honored to have His Eminence Garchen Rinpoche here, give us Kalakachra empowerment and Dzogchen teaching. So we are very, very fortunate, very lucky. So if we have kids here, please make sure the kids is quiet. Receive Rinpoche's empowerment. So when Rinpoche doing the empowerment, Rinpoche will be come down. So everybody sit there, do not stand up, just sit there. Okay, Rinpoche will go. Rinpoche will go come to each row, so just stay. Also, this red string, please make sure return, because this belongs to monastery. We have to return to the monastery. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming. Rinpoche, thank you so much. Rinpoche. Everybody is so happy. Everybody is very happy here to receive the empowerment and the teaching.有。他们反映说你翻译的太少了。太少了。对，他们说应该翻译10分钟，你翻译2分钟。有啊，他们说有点断断续续，不连贯。
봐. 자식들이 소위 들이 같이 다른 머리 배우요래 들이는 다다들이 또 홀고왕 제거래 또 홀고왕도 가르치려 되는 된거 손을 또 홀됐잖아 진지 이거 말이야 사탑 찍찍 빠리 있는 다 소소거든요. 다다 라 좋은 돈으로 돼서 제발이 요래 들이서 다좀 홀디 좋은 돈을 좋지 못하니 내가 탐지지 봐도 가자 같은 거 완전 성공을 되게 참하게 되게 거기 지기를 뛰니 어따 되고도 자치 모인사 되게 받쳐를 대다고 성공을 내면 이십을 살아 자치 종료 말에 제가 라이 담지 봐들라 그 들록으면 라이 시직이 니요래 라이 시바되는 탐지 저와 탐지 시롱도 즉 되네 들록을 제발 가다가 제발에 루주사를 제발이요 말에 대회는 좀 호르디 저와 탐지 좀 봐가다 가사가라 가랑송 드리텔 모두 드시 뭐난 드리 대회 타마가 대받치 뭐 요래 대회를 드리 같이게 다 왕토 마송 단년이 대 조금도 상부 요래 드리 왕 예비 람릉망 보요래 왕 예비 가래들 드리 왕보 랍라 초가 지바보 성제 대승공 드리 인동 제토바 상제들 왕체보 조화와 자체보 요래 무슨 소소 강자라는 개념이 제절이야 왕총총 대학도 탑 순지 제들이라는 게 고도사 사상들라는 즉바 들도록 당고 영 예지대 들이 강자 왕보랑 그 제발의 이동 제토부터 들이 대회 들면 조화왕 누가 양들은 양이 제도 이래서 별이 들이 대회들이 다다 조화왕 끝에 대 참하게 대받치 뭐 요래 늘 가져가는 가지고 왕토부 요래 대외대 왕토 차례들이 왕티 담색양차 쏘알랑 왕양랑한테 셔 들이랑게양 남이잖아랑게양 왕절이 탑 상하래 요래 대외로 들이다다 땡아 저 홀을 지시다 요 말이지 이래요 대외들이 왕군들 들이 자와 참새지만 특히 소요래 너무 많이 소요래 대회 때는 또 왕 몇개 통분통 다 들고 그요래 왕 두바래
Dharma friends, thank you all for coming. Especially many of you came from really far away. Today we are going to receive the Kalakachra empowerment. And what is actually the reason we are receiving this empowerment? Actually, personally, I do not have a real, I'm not really habituated to this deity, so I have not engaged in extensive Kalakachra practice myself, but all the deities are in essence the same. And therefore, the deities do not make the difference. What makes the difference is the way in which we practice them. And the Kalakachra in this world is mainly bestowed by His Holiness, the Dalai Lama, who gives the great Kalakachra empowerment all over the world. And due to his magnificence, people often think that Kalakachra is very precious. Of course, Kalakachra is precious, but actually, in terms of preciousness, all the deities are really the same. All the wisdom deities are the same. What makes the difference is how we engage in practice. So there's basically two kinds of gods. There's worldly gods and there are wisdom gods. And the deities are wisdom gods. And it is said that within the expanse of primordial wisdom, all the Buddhas are one. So what makes the difference is the way we practice than the individual who practices the deity. The deity itself does not really make the difference. They are all the same. But so nowadays, His Holiness the Dalai Lama is traveling around the world and is giving the Kalakachra empowerment and also giving teachings on Kalakachra. And for this reason, many people have a lot of faith in this deity. And so sometimes people also think that if I have not received a certain empowerment, then I also cannot engage in the practice of a certain deity. And so for this kind of doubt, for this reason, there are different kinds of sadhanas, different kinds of practices. Some are really long and some are concise. And that is also due to the mental capacities of the practitioners. Lord Jigten Sumgön had said, for example, those individuals with highest mental capacities and who are really able to engage in the benefit of others, they require a long sadhana practice. And then the rest of us who engage in personal practice, for us it is also sufficient to just practice a short sadhana, receive a short empowerment. And so this is what this empowerment now is. It is concise, very short, and it is called the innate Kalakachra. And in this tradition of the innate Kalakachra, the deity looks similar to one's own body, one face and two arms. So there are different visualizations of the deity also in accordance with the mental capacities of the practitioners, higher, middling, or lower. And the difference also comes about in terms of being able or not being able to engage in the benefit, the welfare of other sentient beings. So in any case, the true reason for conferring the empowerment is because many people have a lot of devotion for this deity, Kalakachra. And many of you might have already received that empowerment, also from His Holiness. But anyways, to receive an empowerment is always good, because when we receive an empowerment, we are also restoring any broken or damaged samayas. So for this reason, it's actually good to receive an empowerment again and again. So in terms of my own connection to the practice, so personally, I have not engaged in extensive Kalakachra practice, as I mentioned before. But I have received the long, great Kalakachra empowerment from His Holiness the Dalai Lama twice. And so today we are going to receive the short Kalakachra empowerment, and also it is for the reason that I cannot really see the text very well with my eyes, so we will keep the text, the sadhana, brief.
Tani tata hola yang dari kertang ngak jude tamsi de sangha chiba de kangle je ma palo ta ke sombare melengkom na jude yore kangle je na 심지 저령아 이섬디 매 손나 사지를 매야 요래스 마음이 공립에나 늘리속도 폼보데 이제 마도 되나 용기를 나타동에 되는 용성 이 또나사가 성적대에서 상하가 또 탐지 심지를 셈미가 매 손나 다보 셈미 sem상적 sem미 이 루제름 그 미, 마하 그 미, 대서 미송한테 야총다고 그 센티미터 20몇 실은 매용고요래 드리테베트리 동대리 측동대리 드리다 망아요래 담나 마사니 니요래 마사마테 대서 탑제바에 다다 주디제서 주디 전부 예세요 되니 담보래 담보 벌 사회주 Dili testa tani wala jupa ju, dili testa tani wala namjor ju, minum jinde, dili jude choga sosor sumbate, nga sarma tesa jebare, dili nga nyingma te dili jingor boche, bola pemnem, dili testa tap dere tangi, dili nga nyingma nyamni tun chikla dili, nga nyamni jebara dili, jindab yinla je song. 다당보 니바 라데라 라지 거성소를 제름 라서보고 다보 니바 오와호 바제 고사리 장 당보 니바서 라데 무엇이 바제 바제 예완 니바제 오 라다는 변 조도 타니 모래 샤시하고 들이 드바든지 들이 사사랑시 제발미 바쁘냐다 바쁜다고 되는 낭매다지 쳐보가니 들이 드바서 들이 르치데나 들이 랑사다 예미바 차네 돈나지 다지지 세는 게더니 라이 고성소를 되와 차고 요래 ben 처럼도 처럼 게더 장소를 되와 차 대다왜 들이 상하사마가 니드 주디 제다 나뇽마가 니드 이나 제니 동다 tukpantogo yore benla prabhadi shijelaso niru ina je kongtogo yore niru tab jeduke ngore ndreba tukpantogo yore di judi jeso ngasamadi judi jeba
Am I on? I think I'm off. So, regarding the tantras, Marpa Loltsava had said, and that can be found in the 100,000 songs of Milarepa. So Marpa had said that the body, speech, and mind of sentient beings can ripen into enlightened body, speech, and mind. And before that happens, before they ripen, he said that the body in its unripe state, when not realized, consists of the four elements and is the basis for all suffering and illness. But then, when realized, then the body, the deity, is actually in union with the body. So the body actually is realized as the deity. So that is the purpose of the secret mantra Vajrayana. It is to ripen the body and the mind. And first we need to ripen the mind by cultivating bodhicitta. Then we ripen the body by visualizing the deity, and we ripen the speech by reciting the mantra. And when body, speech, and mind ripen, then they ripen into the pure rainbow-like form of the deity that transcends all duality. So that is the fruition, and that is the purpose of practicing the secret mantra. And there are many different yidam deities in the secret mantra. There are the old and the new systems of tantras. And in the new tantric system, the characteristic of those sadhanas is that they are much longer, more extensive. In the new tantric system, we have the 4 classes of tantra. The first class of tantra is the action or kriya tantra, and that is the beginning point of practice. So one begins the practice of the deity yoga. And then as one practices, one comes closer to the deity. So one enters the second class of tantra, the performance or charya upatantra. So one comes closer to the deity. So one goes through those 4 stages of tantra as a person matures in one's practice. So there's those 4 levels of maturing in the new tantric system. In the old tantric system, the Nyingma, that derives from Guru Rinpoche. When Guru Rinpoche came to Tibet, he created a sadhana practice system that is easy to practice and not very complicated, and where he incorporates the 4 levels of practice within one session. And that is referred to as the 4 branches of approach and accomplishment. The first branch is the approach. So here one begins with the visualization of the deity. So it is like becoming acquainted with a person. You're recognizing the deity here. And then as you continue your practice, you become closer and closer to the deity. So then you come to the second branch, which is the close approach. And so here you realize, actually, I'm very close to the deity. And then you continue your practice and you come to the third branch, the accomplishment. And here you realize that there is no difference between your own mind and the deity's mind. It is like you recognize the deity like a family member, very close. And then you continue to practice and you move on to the fourth branch, which is the great accomplishment. And here you realize that you are actually indivisible from the deity. So in brief, what is really happening as we go through these stages is that we are separating from self-grasping, and we are connecting more and more to the body, speech, and mind of the deity. It is just like an ice block melting is connecting more and more to the ocean water. So essentially, the four classes of Tantra, of the new Tantric system, and the four branches of approach and accomplishment of the old Tantric system are really the same in meaning. For example, we practice Vajrakilaya or Yamantaka, and that belongs to the old Tantric system, so we practice according to the four branches of approach and accomplishment. So anyways, the difference is only mostly one in length. One is longer and one is shorter. But the result really is the same. And so now this belonging to the new Tantric system, the classes of Tantra of the new Tantric system are in general more extensive.
들이 차원들이 세분 내로 철딱지했다면 들이 세분들 왕하고 토는 거요. 대들은 들이 조 세민들이 르드람 이게 메인 거요. 르게름당아 대발에 양당도 중앙 샘들이 삼세기 이비를 놓고 마음에는 다들 식토고요 말이 드시 송차 잡는 양들이 다들 또토고요 말이 코와 동양매가 다들 동양매가래 배는 잡을는 사강도 드시 송차가 식토고요 이제 세고 다들 싸워를 식토고 말이 저 심지 장미 봐대 다지 대단 유모 같은 로를 꼬라잖아 이제 당 참도 그래 잡지는 건 처럼 나고 대하고는 왕 탐지에서 하탐지 왕 싸워대 너무 샘민 발세 봐 다 제름 가야 무시 마 다시사 말이 되나 따뜻한 것을 라니 소리 말이 샘들 삼제를 기나 뒤 좋아하고 샘민들이 말랑 이거 매용소 대마 이마가 다做的 샘소에 대선 거요래 들대냐도 제름은 요래 옛날들이 샘민고들이 샘지서 민고래 왕자고는 샘지에 소리 그러니까 산속 샘지 때문에 왕 찍자요 말 때렸더니 라탐지 왕탐지 동쪽봐야 말들이 하고 두거래 다다들 또 홀도 짜치 모이들이 저 탐지지 바가들이 남겨요래 때렸더니 저랑 탐지 찡긴 더발라 되고 다 주적으로 짜치 버리 샘지 마사 되는 것으로 좋아치 버찌요래 남이 제발 쳐버려래 배나 드리콩 사지 것을 데르티네 드리고서 심마 탐지를 세우 쳐와들 고치트고 요래 대회니 바치 올 희아가 바치 정말에 대다와서 못한 것들이 좋대 거기나 또 샘지 사주처럼 민고 요래 동치 발바 사모탄들이 하고 특별히 사티적으로 용왕과 사강들이 낭티적으로랑 주고 찍장해 진 샘도 나파인가 하고서 샘도 딱지했던 것들이 사자집에 따와 하거나 샘 나파는 게 하고 요래 사자집 오고 샘 나파는 게 이렇게 주면서 치주면서 주고도 꼬라자도 없이 이렇게 직진수 뭔가 콜을 잡서 르닝 호와제서 호와들 류들들이 류들처럼 나지 호와자 그 요래서 되게 고지 정보 요래 들이랑 강시시 추동을 저기지
So what is the most important point here that we really have to understand the meaning of the secret mantra now? Now, we are receiving an empowerment, and what's most important in an empowerment is right in the beginning when we take refuge and we cultivate the mind of bodhicitta. And of these two, bodhicitta is really most important, the motivation. It is bodhicitta that will ripen your mind stream. So who is it that is in an unripe state? It is the sentient beings who are in an unripe state. Am I on? Not. Who is currently in an unripe state? It is sentient beings. And why are they in an unripe, off again, huh? Come on. It is because they grasp at a duality of self and other. And because this is how they perceive reality, cling to the true existence of various outer appearances and also these concept labels that they label them with. So it is their mind is tied up by coarse afflictive emotions. And this is what causes them to remain in this immature state. Thigten Sumgön had said, karma, cause and effect, the ripening of karma is the momentary manifestation of one's own mind. So even though all sentient beings in the 6 realms have the same mind, they appear in various forms depending on their different karmas. For example, here we have humans and animals living together. And humans, compared to animals, experience much more happiness and well-being. So even if we cannot really understand the qualities of a Pure Land, we can look at the difference between animals and human beings. So their mind is exactly the same, but temporarily, due to there being a difference in their karmas and habitual tendencies in their minds, due to that, they appear in different ways temporarily. For the Kalakachra in general, I myself have not really ever given any extensive commentaries, nor am I really them to do that. But when His Holiness teaches Kalakachra, he explains it in terms of the outer, inner, and other Kalakachra. And that's really the root of Kalakachra. So first, we need to understand how the outer and the inner Kalakachra relate to each other. And that actually is in accordance with all the other Vajrayana teachings as well. So the outer Kalakachra refers to the outer universe. For example, now we can look at this planet Earth and this universe. And this planet Earth and one person's body, your own body, is exactly the same by nature. So what's the benefit of understanding that, knowing that? We mentioned that the other day when we talked about the nature of mind. It is sentient beings, we have not understood the relation between our mind and space. So one question arose, something like, when you say you place your mind in a space-like state, what does that mean? How do I place my mind into a space-like state? So that is a good question. Also, it shows that you really think about the teachings, but it might still sound confusing because you think that the sky is the sky is very vast and high, and the mind is the mind, and the mind is what I think is me, the I. So how is this I, this me, the vast sky? So that seems just hard to understand. So in the outer Kalakachra, the outer Kalakachra refers to the outer limitless universe, consisting of the 5 elements: earth, water, fire, wind, space. There is sun and moon and so on. And that actually, this whole cosmos is actually, one's own body is a microcosm of this entire outer universe, this galaxy, this planet Earth, and it's the sun and the moon, for example. Also consisting of the 5 elements. For example, your flesh and bones is the earth element, and the blood is the water element, and your breath is the wind element, and the body heat is the fire element, and the mind is the space element. So your body has exactly the same nature as the outer world. And so then when you engage in the practice of Mahamudra, then in that context, we are told that your mind is indivisible from space. So when you understand that, then you really understand how to place your mind into this space-like state of Mahamudra. So mind is just like space, and that is when mind matures, it becomes just like space. For as long as the mind is immature, there is this notion of I, an individual self, which causes the mind to solidify. And as Marpa had said, then one's body becomes the root cause of all suffering, unbearable suffering. It is the mind this kind of mind that has created this body, and then based on this body, we experience unbearable suffering. So the human being is created by the mind. And when one ripens, one matures, then the mind becomes indivisible from space. And as one meditates, self-grasping diminishes, love and compassion begin to increase, and in this way the mind calms down more and more, becomes relaxed. So there is a feeling, an experience that you gain when you look at the mind, when it is in a very relaxed, at peace state. So at that time, when you look at the nature of your mind, the mind has attained some freedom, some control already. So what's most important is to ripen the mind, because then the body will actually ripen on its own naturally. So that is to say that even though your visualization might be very clear and you might recite many mantras, if you do not give rise to love and compassion, to an altruistic mind, then your mind will not mature, you will not ripen. For example, even a nuclear bomb cannot destroy that self. A nuclear bomb can destroy this entire world, this entire planet easily, but it cannot destroy at all that notion of I within the mind. And for this reason, we keep going on in samsara. Since beginningless lives, we wander in the 6 realms of samsara because we hold on to this idea of a self and our afflictive emotions. And it is just like an ice block wandering around, floating around on the ocean. So all the empowerments of the Vajrayana have the same purpose, and that is to ripen, and especially to ripen one's mind. So that is important, and more important than the generation stage or the visualization of the deity. You might think that I just don't know how to visualize. But in the 37 Bodhisattva practices, it also mentions that the mind is really most important, the mind of love. And when that mind of love arises, then you will recognize a very special experience of feeling as you engage in the practice of the deity. And from that, the body and the speech will actually ripen naturally. So especially in the old tantric system, actually, the mind is considered really most important. And then together with that, of course, there are also visualizations and so forth, mantra recitation. But before all of that, we have to mature, ripen the mind. And even if you receive 100 empowerments, the motivation of bodhicitta is always most important. And that is really the samayam that we promise. And that all the empowerments share in common. Even if you don't understand anything else, but this is one point that you can understand and that you can practice. So regarding the Kalakachra, His Holiness the Dalai Lama confers the great Kalakachra empowerment. And that is really very, very precious. And especially because he is giving this empowerment, it is said that everything, all phenomena, everything depends on the motivation. So if you just think of His Holiness, for example, a very special feeling already arises. And so the person who confers the empowerment truly makes a difference. And His Holiness is a very special being. He is the actual Buddha, in fact. He really has an ability to open up our minds to the nature of the deity. But then the deities themselves are really all the same when it comes to powers and blessings and so on. So also for the Kalakachra, we first need to ripen the mind by cultivating a mind of bodhicitta. And if you understand that and really reflect on that, then everything else will also be understood. So first, again, the outer Kalachakra refers to the outer universe consisting of the 5 elements. And the inner Kalachakra refers to your own body, also consisting of the 5 elements. And the mind is like space by nature. So when you look at that nature, when you look at the nature of your mind, having understood that, you can really gain an experience of how your mind is really like space. So this is how we are introduced to in the context of Mahamudra. We are told your mind is like space. It is never born and it never dies. What goes around in circles in samsara is the body. And Jigten Somgon also said that it is the body that wanders in the ocean of samsara, just like an ice block floating around on the ocean. And the mind, self-grasping mind, is what creates this body that is going around in circles. So this is an introduction that I shared to the best of my abilities.
Triti tata mina takpa juluji mamina madaba juluji taba da juluji chiparing so malamgang boni nabar chipa draw yuri tela mina dabe chade yuri dabe daji nimena teli semina da to diuna daji nimena teli yishide nafsi yishilan pona min sona takpa juluji teli lo tu joku shakam yin su jo lo so chang me ba chang chang me ba yo na yang chang kan yo le ko chang me ba yo le ti yin hang yo ma le pe na ra gan ta wa ta be shet da ja song je da na pe yin so na ma mi na ma da ba ju li de ju li chi ba le mo so she song chan le ti ba ju nam si de da yo li te li nyu mo ba yo li ti le sa de ke jeng na yo li da de yo li jeng na yo li ti de ta le numéro le longue té le té numéro là que droit de zocte le carte le té de les massé par de té donc ça min non que yo le mami be jelu mami be jelu jiwang ki numéro zocte min do yo le ta ko jelu té rawang ki té ni di ta song té yi shi ba la de long tu do ko long tu do ko té le sa tong ja song ta e sa wo le té ta现在你把什有完了，东部上走了这里，三月上去东把送走了，东部上去哪怕到了这里，也从到这里，再到讲，这了没被大不这里送嘛，大不这里送，没嘛没的，这里要七八人了，第七八人，这里这没把谁把了，这里没只有往送，你找往个往上海往他去东的嘞，这就得讲个逻辑的事咯，这个一个啊。
And so if one ripens, one's body ripens, it ripens into the pure illusory body. There is 2 kinds of illusory body. There is the pure illusory body and the impure illusory body. They are the same in being illusory bodies, but the difference is that, for example, like in a dream, you manifest this impure illusory body. And impure illusory body is that there still is a dualistic perception of self and other. And when the mind matures, then self-grasping disappears, and there is no more perception of self and other as being separate. And that is what we call primordial wisdom. So then consciousness has transformed into primordial wisdom and then manifests as the pure illusory body, as a Sambhogakaya. And that is the 3rd aspect of Kalachakra, called the other Kalachakra. The other Kalachakra refers to the limitless, pure lands and forms of the Sambhogakayas. Although they are limitless, there is no perception of there being a duality. One recognizes then the Sambhogakayas, they recognize all these appearances as self-projections, just like a rainbow light emerging from a crystal. In an immature state, there is a dualistic perception. So in terms of being illusory body, they both are the same. But the impure illusory body manifests when, after one has died and one moves on to the Bardom, then there still is this concept, a sense of a self. And there are also the afflictive emotions. And because of that, and because of those karmic imprints in the mind, there is fear. And then the consciousness is taken by the karmic winds of one's own afflictive emotions, and as a result takes birth anywhere in the 6 realms of samsara until karma has come to an end. Until it has come to an end, we need to experience suffering. So the impure illusory body, the immature illusory body, has no freedom. And the pure illusory body has gained freedom by having purified all dualistic perception. And when there is no more dualistic perception, one arises as the deity, a wisdom god, as a Sambhogakaya. And the nature of the deity is like a rainbow, clearly appearing, yet being empty of substantial or inherent nature. The clarity aspect of the deity, the Sambhogakaya, is that the deity possesses the qualities of omniscience, of love, and of power. And the emptiness aspect of it is that it is still empty like space. It is the pure illusory body appearing like a rainbow in the sky. So they both are the same in terms of being illusory, but the difference is that one is matured and one is not. And so in order to mature or ripen, we receive the ripening empowerment. And in that sense, all the empowerments of the secret mantra also are the same. They serve the same purpose. So next we will come to the historical background of this empowerment, and then, my Dhamma friends, I will begin with the conferring of the empowerment. So then I read the empowerment for the innate Kalakachra. How sad that all beings as limitless as space are endlessly drowning in samsara, the ocean of suffering. Listen with the intention to establish them all in the state of unsurpassed, perfect and complete enlightenment. In the Gandharva Sutra, it says, "Child of noble lineage, bodhicitta is like the seed of all the Buddha's teachings. For example, in order to grow a certain flower or tree, you must plant the right seed. If the seed were not one of the desired flower or fruit, it would be pointless to plant it. Similarly, the arising, sustaining, and increasing of all the qualities of the Mahayana or of a Buddha depend on the seed of bodhicitta." The omniscient Bodhisattva Garchen Rinpoche said, "If your motivation is bodhicitta, then even sexual union can be a great virtue. A medicinal sprout that cures disease grows from a medicinal root. Since the motivation of bodhicitta is essential and the very basis of all the boundless sutras, tantras, and commentaries, it is needless to mention that empowerments should not be given if it is lacking. It is not sufficient to simply display mandalas and mudras." The empowerment tantra of Vajrapani says, Vajrapani spoke, "Manjushri, if a bodhisattva who engages in bodhisattva conduct has trained in person, and accomplished bodhicitta wishes to enter the doors of the secret mantra, he should be admitted into the mandala of the knowledge mantra, whereby the empowerment of great wisdom is bestowed. Those who have not developed bodhicitta should neither be admitted to enter nor permitted to view the mandala. One should not reveal mudras and secret mantras to them. Thus, it is crucial to listen with the perfectly pure motivation of bodhicitta at this time. The secret mantra, Vajra vehicle, consists of the 4 major divisions of Tantra. The sublime primordial Buddha, Kalakachra, belongs to the vast, non-dual, highest Yoga Tantra, the unsurpassed pinnacle of Tantras. Many yogins have attained highest accomplishment through practicing the teachings of this concise Tantra. It is said that the practice of this deity with consort is the basis or root of all Tantras. The teachings that Lord Buddha taught for the benefit of all beings actually all belong to the resultant vehicle. Lord Jigten Sumgön said, "All vehicles are of the same family and are the same in being vehicles to enlightenment." Even though there is only one goal to be attained, the state of Buddhahood, the vehicle of the paramitas aims at enlightenment over the course of a long period of exertion in the 6 paramitas, such as generosity, while the resultant vehicle, the scope of those with sharp mental faculties, aims at the supreme attainment without great hardship, ideally in this very life, or if not, then in the bardo, but at least in a future life. It is taught that having received an empowerment, even without practicing, as long as the samaya is not broken, one will gain the supreme attainment within 16 lifetimes. The resultant vehicle has 4 divisions of Tantra corresponding to the different mental capacities of beings. Of these, the most profound is the Anuttara Yoga Tantra, the highest Yoga Tantra, which itself has 3 subdivisions: the Father Tantras, the Mother Tantras, and the non-dual Tantras. The classifications are made as follows: the Tantras that emphasize appearances and the development stage belong to the Father Tantras. The Tantras that emphasize emptiness and the completion stage belong to the Mother Tantras. The Tantras that emphasize innate bliss emptiness, the excellence in every aspect, and the highest level of Mahamudra are referred to as non-dual Tantras. The Kalakachra Tantra belongs to the non-dual Tantras. As for the meaning of Kalakachra, Kala refers to, which means time, refers to the primordial wisdom of unchanging bliss, which is free from all stains and which realizes the true nature of all phenomena. Chakra, which means wheel, is the endless cycle of phenomena that can be known throughout the 3 times. Kalakachra can be explained from an outer, inner, and other perspective. The outer Kalakachra refers to the outer world, the 4 elements, the sun, moon, stars, and so on. The inner Kalakachra refers to the Vajra bodies, channels, winds, drops, elements, and so on. The other Kalakachra is the Yidam and the Mandala. This Tantra, which combines these outer, inner, and other aspects in the expanse of innate bliss emptiness, the excellence of all aspects, was taught on the 15th day of the 3rd month in the year of the Buddha's enlightenment. There is another tradition which holds that it was taught on the 15th day of the 3rd month preceding Lord Buddha's parinirvana, but most scholars ascribe to the former tradition. The Kalakachra teachings were first translated into Tibetan in the fire hair year of 1171 in the Buddhist calendar, which is 1027 in our calendar, by Jo Lotsawa. When Tibet's calendrical cycles were instituted, counting began in the fire hair year. Later on, starting with the translations by Dro Lotsawa, Ra Lotsawa, and others of the Kalakachra root Tantra into Tibetan, numerous scholars across the different lineages composed many treatises on Kalakachra, which spread widely in Tibet. The lineage of this particular empowerment, the profound blessing empowerment of the innate Kalakachra, composed by the omniscient Drikung Rinpoche Chudak, is as follows. The Adi Buddha Kalakachra, Dawa Sangbo, Lawang Sichi Chen, Dawe Chin, Lai Wang Chok, Natsok Suk, Lai Wang Den, Chamyang Chakpa, Bema Garbo, Namgyal, Shinche Sangbo, Changmam, Gyamchuk Bemba, Nima Dak, Shinto Sang, Gyamcho Namgyal, Gyalka, Nima, Natso Suk, Dawe U, Taye Kyong, Pal Kyongdu, Shab Chewam, Kache Bantita, Jolo Tsavam, Gompa Kunchusung, Ratun Namlatsek, Yumo, Druptop Mikyo Dojem, Tukse Dalme Shoram, Keba Namkaö, Kandro Wangchok, Chobom Chembom, Semo Namka Gyamtsen, Ramcham Samawa, Günkyen Chugyo Usem, Gumpang Tukche Tundro, Chamsem Gyalva Yeshem, Ketsun Chugi Jem, Tukche Wangchok, Bema Garbo, Damaratsa, Nyawan Chembo, Kunga Lodru, Salo Damchem, Kempa, Lochen Ratna Bandram, Lingme Rinchen Jordan, Gunkyen Chamyang Rinchen, Ruwa Namka Lundrup, the all-knowing and the all-knowing Rinzing Chudak. From him, unbroken down to my own root Lama, the golden garland lineage of this profound empowerment is undefiled by Samaya violators and superficial fabricated dharma. The empowerment consists of three parts: the preliminaries, the explanation, and the actual empowerment. The preliminaries, which are the activities of the Vajramasta, are completed. Next, in order to receive the profound empowerment, you should now offer a mandala.
Drikung 가지고 제르도 주다네 송데 람지 잡을 못지 마속 빠르데 못지 되는 이슈의 양절 되는 괴롭고 주반에 잡아 탐지 주변에 tech니 토레 드리다다 드리다면라 작어요래.
So then, regarding Rinpoche's own lineage, so we went here until Rinzing Chudak, and so then the lineage continues on until Gyalpo Rinpoche, and from him in the Drikung Kagyu tradition, Rinpoche himself had received the empowerment from Gyalpo Rinpoche, and then in the Gelugpa lineage, Rinpoche had received the great Kalakachra empowerment twice from His Holiness the Dalai Lama. So next we will offer the mandala. The short mandala is on page 4 in the yellow prayer book. In English, the ground is sprinkled with scented water and strewn with flowers. It is adorned with Meru, the supreme mountain, the 4 continents, and the sun and the moon. As a Buddha field, I offer it. May all sentient beings attain the happiness of the Buddha fields. To the lamas who possess the 3 kayas, I offer the outer, inner, and secret offerings. With my body, wealth, and all that is visible, please grant me the supreme realization, enlightenment. Om Guru Deva Dakini Ratna Mandala Pratitsa Soha. Whatever merit I have gathered through prostrations, offerings, confession, rejoicing, beseeching, and praying, for the sake of the enlightenment of all sentient beings, all this I dedicate.
Sawa tata gata beta mame muta beta mo samaya sa no oma sawa tata abe ke ka de samaya jere ye o ma be ne ta o be o ma so ba ja sawa ta ma so ba ja da wa to ma ji de ja to ma ngang le yan le long le be ye jong ja da Oma hona to ba jeba somna de ba ale to ba ya ja jo na do nu ta so jo hong hong to da ba la mam bam ta ne to to ga ro ma ga jo wa ra ga song jo ko je ko we long ga me ba jo me ko we song to je ba je na jo ba ni ma cha ga da wa ko do je ya la ma le to ba ko je da 하차가 가오다 다한테 이제 전에 그다 예비들 들어도 우우 레오 아 가가가가가다라다라다라다 바바바바 마이라라 가져가서 저뭐 홍등에 뜨다 니 말래 저거 저랑 그 성계 동호제 정말 저 이거 좀 나타면 예서 요다 저거도 니 좀해 봐저 오마가가가 얘가야서 야 저러저서 배달에다 배야다 Mada Bamara Dakanakane, the Mamala, the Honey, the Somaya, the Mamaza, the Bedaya, the Yadeva, Buddha, the Drata, Maditama, the Mamasa, I said to come back to the Saga by the home base, so Makalakaya. So I just up at the picture, the Amada Bamara Dakanakane, the Yamambala, the Honey, the Somaya, the Mamaza, Medaya the Yadeva Yadera, the Pea, the Rata, Maditoma, the Mamaza, Kataya, Sesacom, Bajor, Saya, home, baby, so Nakaka, Kaya, Soya, Ocha, just up at the Bejata, Mada, Bamara, the Yama, the Somaya, Kidoma, Masoa, the Medaya, the Yadeva Yadera, Beta, the Pea, the Maditoma, the Mamaza, Kataya, Sesacom, Bajor, by the home, baby, so yes. The lawyer, no money that the get on money, the bit on money that you get out on money that you had the son of money that you did on money that you did on money, the son of money, the mammy, son of money, the money, but the jet of the jet of the but you're the young, the mate of the mother of the top of the logic, you got to challenge a lot of oil, you got $1 of $50, the road to the major. Doctor Good, the Maple Domina without some man, the regular, you did your role again, the Lambert. You know the background. The background. To go home, did what I just over. Don't you know what to so you know, the Japan, what on the get the Honga want to be. Sergeant, not to the Jirangis, to your water, the Doja, Navajan, diet, or the lorry, that's road. Doji Maple by me, the Japarajo home, then the home with the trucker upon home. Hong Bao, but the Pijana Hong Hong Kong, on but the Hardura Tom some on but the Analago. Soying of Gagama, you go so in Bethany, 속주 뒤쪽은 사계 사계 뒤쪽 홀로 깨고 나만 나칼 패고 뒤지더니 자고 소화다고요. 지 소화다 뭐 기디게로 지 지나왕 나도 취향도 취향 오 느끼나 막로 잔들이 참 막사지가 같이 조다 뜻바대 후분 초대 공서설 장첩 제부 철定바 문보 기보 난찰로 담책 대니 나라절 장첩 샘장 나라절 상계 추당 면등대 짭섬 다장 나라절 탈바 기부 공초대 우부 나면 욕도소
So before Rinpoche said, you visualize before you in space the field of accumulation. Then in the center, principle Kalakachra, surrounded by all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of the 10 directions and 3 times, all appearing in his form. So think that in their presence, I am now offering supplication. So please repeat the following supplication. Great Joyful One, my teacher, Master, please heed me, Supreme Master, who guides on the path to great awakening, please grant me Samaya, please grant me the mind of awakening, please grant me the 3 refuges of Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. Protector, let me enter the exalted city of great liberation.
권초 섬라 다잡치 대파 매개 소소샤 로에 게라 기위랑 상계 장첩 이지성 상계 추당 촘조라 장첩 바드 나장치 랑이 동이 랍럽설 장첩 선내 기바지 장첩 초커 선내 기비내 섬지 삼지 나귀 功德业，上求中求一用戒百计，我拉平时上界这百求。
I take refuge and confess all evil and unvirtuous deeds. I rejoice in the virtues of all beings and will hold the Buddha's awakening in mind until attaining awakening. I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly in order to fully accomplish the purpose of others and myself. I give rise to bodhicitta, having given rise to the mind of Supreme Awakening. I welcome all beings. I will practice the supreme bodhisattva conduct that is pleasing to all. May I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings.
상계 탐제당 바오 남절 마남군 나라 공발 세도설 다맹 라랑 시제외 두은제 내는 송내서 최세 장섭宁不발을 제달 두섬 공보남 장첩 떠는 님제배 상첩 샘는 라나미 담바 다기 기발제 수참 기는 라빠당 기회 주는 늦바당 샘지 동시 철첨섬 소설 땡볼 송화지 상지 남절 논바라 상지 추당 계르대 라나 매배 군조섬等长辈송화지 노지 ren초 친보라 노지 절부 사자양 대코 나니 송화지 호병 다장 송화지 ren치 ren초 친보예 담설 이더 오와라 님치 님린 인더 두족더 임바 남예 다더진 장철 친보 랩송회 빼면 ren초 낙바라
선왕 상화 특바섬 반배去呢송화지 레제 링초 칠보라 논바 탐제 니바네 양자 니즈 송화지去背레장 제누비에 상척 샘네 라미초 담바 나그 집지네 샘지 군지 도지설 나그 논바 마루송 마갈 와남 갈와리지 마골 와남 갈와리지 원바 침바 원용생 샘지 양이 내라고.
All the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, Dakas and Dakinis, please heed me, just as the Buddhas, after 3 times, gave rise to bodhicitta, so shall I give rise to unsurpassable, sublime bodhicitta from this day onwards until attaining enlightenment with the Samaya of the Buddha family. I will practice and firmly uphold all 3 types of moral discipline: the discipline of refraining from negative actions, the discipline of practicing virtue, and the discipline of benefiting beings. From now on, I will always follow the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, the unsurpassed 3 jewels, with the Samaya of the Supreme Vajra family. I will always hold the mudra of Vajra and Bell as a sign of the ultimate nature, with the delightful Samaya of the Supreme Ratna family. I will engage in the 4 types of generosity throughout the 6 times of day and night, with the Samaya of the great pure lotus family, born from great awakening. I will uphold all Dharma teachings, the outer, inner, and secret vehicles, with the Samaya of the Supreme Karma family. I will uphold truly each and every vow, and I will make offerings to whatever extent I am able. I will give rise to sacred, unexcelled, supreme bodhicitta for the sake of all beings. I will fully uphold all vows without exception. I will free those who are unfree. I will liberate those not liberated. I will give breath to those without breath. I will establish all sentient beings in nirvana.
다다지 짐바라 님치 추초도 짐바 성고요리 더 같이 시라하고요 말이 짐바 탐지는 저기 추지 짐바이 추지 짐바 강리 제일 좀 관리지 봤던 거잖아 니르세나 오 로아르도 쉽게 답게 동의하고요 동의해서 오만 비미 홍대 많은 차서 로터들이 짐바 치보용 거래 짐바 탐지 저리 추지 말이 이렇게 저게 바보들이 쉽게 장미발라 내 팽이요래 진 이에 세는데 오만을 빼면 홍만이 자 이소사 돈을 되게 죽이지 마 자치 모래 내가 갖고서요 같이 여기 시어 말해야 돼.
So here in the supplication we said I will practice generosity throughout the 6 times of day and night, and so that is maybe something that not everyone understands. In terms of generosity, it is said that the supreme generosity is the generosity of giving the Dharma. And so then you might wonder, how do I give the Dharma in the 3 periods of the night, for example? So that is, for example, every time you wake up from sleeping, bring to mind the suffering of all the sentient beings in the 6 realms, and then recite a few Om Mani Padme Hum mantras for them, like 3 mantras. And that's actually a great act of generosity, of giving the Dharma. It is the Dharma of Chenrezig that benefits all sentient beings, which is of the greatest benefit. So every time you wake up, recite 2 or 3 Mani mantras and bring to mind the suffering of sentient beings. And this kind of offering of the Dharma is really the most precious act of giving that we can practice. So there may be some of you who are familiar with that, but maybe there are also some who have not heard about this before.
다다 공사적 생기대 건좀 사적 생기대 다다 강 삽제 옆에 라고 제와지 삽제대 딩고월들이 나냐 강화한테 나 심모 감사 뒤들더니 동당 사적 생경 월들이 도지가 보내 잠서 그 하장 차고 거설진들이 나부터 도지의 요상 그 동당 사적 생기라고 생대 지금 뭐 그런리 뒤들 삽제에서 로라 돈이 더 힘들어요. 뒤 초발세 봐라. 그 사람 좋고요. 대곰 샘제식 왜 봐. 대고래.
So then next, as you mentioned before, we develop the relative bodhicitta. And so for that we bring to mind love, the love that we have for someone that we love very much. And then think that this love is represented by a full moon disk at your heart center. That represents the relative bodhicitta. And then on top of that is a white 5-pointed vajra, luminous with light, very small. And that represents the ultimate bodhicitta, or your Buddha nature. So this is a symbol of emptiness and compassion. And think that in this way, by uniting emptiness with compassion, then you receive all blessings of the empowerment. So visualize in this way and meditate single-pointedly.
Om Sawa Yoga Tsa Pataya Roman Yoga Goto Sancho Jungo Dava Jen Koranya Kawamato Tsa Sancho Yoga Mi Doja Botia Mezima Yoga Yoga Badaya Teng Cho the Visual Tamji Rex the Visual Tamje Sejal Lapte the Visual Tamje 错的啥的纠结，或者把就把的了，把把大家把的把的了没呀？那吃啊的啥嘛呀？都不，是的不对呀？他说看， Om Nama Te Hong. Om Nama Me Hong. Namo Nama Hong Soha. Om Nama Te Hong. Nama Me Hong. Namo Nama Hong Soha. Om Nama Te Hong. Nama Me Hong. Namo Nama Hong. Then to the devil chair, the region of the one thing, the little budget of the children. Pizza Amazon, Daga, taking out of the children's halal, the young eye, the teacher can't go out the children's song with the children. Nalaniba Amazon, the true young, my boy, children, teaching, and never don't want you the Dodger one, I like him at horse. I like Yellow Java, the dog, they on our genitally Sanchok said the Shetang corporal orders for Zuba Gomata, the Sanchok said the Yamsuna, this saying that Java dog, Shetang, Tadog Yamsuna, Tesson, so Dodger would run some tea, the take out in the subject, Zuba, Dapoja, Tesson, Namia Dapoja also. The Kashego Wangshuna. Tamsik yore, tamsik masong na nyawana dogore, tamsik wang majuna tamsik yore marite, te bari samte mina sayona nyawana dogore, samte mina dogo yore, samte titam shikhamna dogo yore, nyaru sawu shedang re, shikhamgu sawu samte, tewe tesong yore, te sawu hako gore.
So in the empowerment text it says, now receiving empowerment, you should not denigrate, humiliate them or disrespect the Vajra master. And it says if you do so, then you take birth in hell. But so then this, we have to understand what that actually means. What that actually means is that what the Vajra master here represents, the Vajra master whom you must not humiliate, the Vajra master is your bodhicitta. And if you give rise to hatred and anger and jealousy, if you are unable to protect your bodhicitta with patience, if you lose your bodhicitta, anyone who loses love will take birth in hell, just naturally. So here we need to understand the Vajra master to be love or bodhicitta. And what this means basically is you have to sustain or protect love with patience. Because there are some people who say, if you receive an empowerment, then you also have to keep the samaya, and if you don't keep it, you go to hell. Therefore, it's better not to receive an empowerment. But this is actually not true at all, because whoever loses their love and is angry and hates will go to hell, whether they have received an empowerment or not. Whoever gives rise to love and bodhicitta will go to the Pure Lands. The seed of hell is anger and hatred. The seed for the Pure Lands is love, bodhicitta. So this point needs to be understood clearly.
Nhưng khá là không không bao giờ gom lý lá là tại vì tổng hợp có thể có ba thì lý chỉ lá là dòng mấy trăm lý thì tôi thì mấy chế ta thì sao thì mấy chế thập chỉ có ba thì yang ta thì có ba thì xem sao có ba thì mấy cái gì sao là nhà mình chế có ba thì xem sao gọi thì mà sao bắt thì có ba thì đọc qua ya gọi thế.
Then for the next visualization, there are many parts to that according to the text, but it's sufficient for us to just visualize at the heart a blue hung syllable. And also you have received a picture of Kalakachra, so pick that up, hold that in your hands, close your eyes and visualize the blue hung at your heart. And then later, when you're asked to open your eyes again, then at once look at that image, that picture, and have that appear in your mind. And then repeat that again and again. You look at the picture, close your eyes, have it appear in your mind. So this is how you train in your practice in visualizing the deity. And you have to practice until the deity appears in your mind. So therefore, hold on to this image well. And so then visualize that from space, a shower of syllables, Oma and Hong, fall down and dissolve into the entire universe and all sentient beings.
탐제제 생지 롭체 빠도제 선바 달라 왑더 설 대진식바 탐제제 생지 랍더 설 빠도제 선바 달라
English, I request all Tathagatas to bestow their blessings, and I supplicate the glorious, courageous Vajra mind to descend upon me.
로마나 교회가 도마지제에서 아래서 소고도 나와야 고도마고 예 비마다 용대 제바 저거도 예 장면 좀 뭐가 라면 사이에 저거 좀 이제 뭐도 이제 되버니만 홍 보고 와말 제조가 보도 베티바 저 나와라 함가 보지만 양은 놓고 저거 공부 저도 와 봐니 요한이 저 나와라 아말 보 강부 강부 로마지 저거도 놓고 저거 바바라는 매 저거 말 보고 좀 이게 레체바 저좀 저 좋아하는 뭐 삶만 별로만 되게 뭐란 게 저거 성우죠 저 남자 통송 거여도 연락도 지인정세 남자랑 지 홍하 아이 이게 남아라 남라 땀쟁아 까뭐 보관을 삶그 저거 조쇼빠다 홍라 뭐 저나 류 사자고 강화저 아위저야 땀바야 라라라 잘라야 홍아 자 선방에 선방에 주제 명대 지발대도 용문들라면 당시 매네 지발대 야나자 조홍 아소 와 다들 저걸 거 봐라 양상도 따 리메체다
이제 빠데 생을 살고 가는 데 나도 참 요러고 요래 마음 빨리 깨는 건데 봐야 돼. 설득 샷도 이 차야요 말이 때 제름 사서 생을 양당한테 샷잖아들이 이제 나도 생각 나도 참 요러고 요래 대하고 걸.
So then open your eyes and look at the image of Kalakachra, and then have that image appear in your mind. And when Kalakachra appears in your mind, in that moment, all other thoughts actually stop. And that is important also for the future when you engage in the deity yoga practice. That's the power of visualizing the deity. When the deity comes to mind, then there's nothing else that comes to mind. There's just the deity. So when you train in this again and again, every time the deity arises in your mind, that brings an end. It stops all thinking. So that's the point to understand here. So now we take a break for 20 minutes.
Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani